He who is brave is free. Seneca. What if I told you that you could become a force so strong, so unshakable, that people instinctively respect you, without ever raising a hand or uttering a threat? Imagine walking into a room and having your presence alone command attention, not because of fear, but because of quiet, undeniable authority. That's the power Stoicism offers, the kind of strength that makes you dangerous, not through violence, but through mastery of your mind, your emotions, and your actions. Most people waste their energy trying to control others, reacting impulsively, or proving themselves in ways that ultimately backfire. But what if the true edge, the real influence, comes from calmness, clarity, and an unwavering sense of self? From the ability to stay composed when chaos erupts, to act decisively while everyone else hesitates. In this video, I'm going to reveal the Stoic secret that transforms ordinary people into magnetic forces of respect and authority, without aggression, without confrontation, and without compromise. Stick with me until the very end, because the insights I'm about to share will completely reshape how you wield power in your life, making you untouchable in ways most people could never imagine. Number 1, master your emotions, so others cannot manipulate you. Master your emotions so others cannot manipulate you. Say it slowly to yourself and feel the weight of it. This is more than a strategy, it's a shield, a quiet but formidable power. The world is full of people trying to pull strings, to provoke, to bend you to their will. When your emotions are in the driver's seat, you're easy to steer. But when you take command of your inner world, no one can move you without your consent. Said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Strength doesn't come from domination or aggression. It comes from mastery, from knowing that no external force can dictate your state of mind unless you allow it. Start by noticing your emotional triggers. Pay attention to the moments when irritation, fear, or impatience rises. Feel the shift in your body. Feel the heat of anger or the tightening of anxiety. Don't fight it. Don't ignore it. Simply recognize it. Label it. This is anger. This is frustration. This is impatience. By numbing it, you separate yourself from it. You see it as a visitor rather than a permanent resident. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The power lies in your response, and this is where you start to reclaim control. Practical exercises help turn this awareness into habit. The next time a surge of emotion hits, pause, take a deep breath. Inhale, hold, exhale. Do it slowly, deliberately. With each breath, you remind yourself that you are not the emotion, you are the master observing it. Another tool is journaling. Write down your emotional reactions at the end of each day. Reflect on what provoked them, how you responded, and how you could respond differently next time. This reflection rewires your mind, teaching it to pause and act rather than react. Each journal entry is a step toward unshakable emotional resilience. Visualization is another powerful method. Imagine scenarios where someone tries to provoke you. Picture yourself standing calm, unflinching, entirely composed. Feel the confidence that comes from knowing no one can dictate your mood or your actions. Let this image settle in your mind. Rehearse it mentally until it becomes second nature. When reality presents these challenges, your mind will already know how to act calmly, rationally, and with complete control. Remember, mastery is not about suppressing emotions or pretending they don't exist. It's about understanding them, guiding them, and using them as tools rather than weapons against yourself. Seneca said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Freedom isn't about circumstances. It's about sovereignty over your inner life. When you master your emotions, manipulators lose their leverage. They can no longer exploit your fears, tempt your impulses, or sway your decisions. You become untouchable in the most profound sense, not because you strike or threaten, but because your power is internal, quiet, absolute. Start today, with a breath, with awareness, with deliberate attention to your responses. Each time you notice a trigger and respond intentionally, you reinforce your authority over your inner world. Each time you pause instead of reacting, you build a habit of control. Over time, this mastery becomes effortless. Your mind becomes your fortress, and those who try to manipulate find no entrance. You are not easily shaken. You are not a pawn. You are a force of calm, deliberate power, dangerous not because of violence, but because of unassailable composure. So commit now. Take responsibility for your emotional state. Observe, reflect, breathe, and act with intention. Every moment you practice, you grow stronger, quieter, more formidable. The secret is simple, yet profound. Mastery over yourself is the ultimate power, and once you have it, no one can take it from you. Number 2, speak with calm authority that commands respect. Speak with calm authority that commands respect. Let that idea settle in. This isn't about raising your voice or forcing others to listen. It's about a presence so steady, so centered that people naturally take notice. Once said, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Think about that. Calm authority doesn't need to shout or intimidate. It's quiet, deliberate, and unshakable. It comes from mastery over yourself, your thoughts, your emotions. When you cultivate it, your words carry weight because they are grounded in clarity, conviction, and reason. People feel it. They sense that you are unflinching, unhurried, and fully in control. That is a power that no weapon can replicate. Start by slowing down your speech. Notice how often people rush their words in an attempt to persuade or impress. You don't need that. Speak deliberately. Let each word land before moving on to the next. Pause when necessary. Silence is powerful. A calm, measured tone signals confidence. It signals that you know what you're saying and you don't need to fill the air with noise to prove it. Epictetus taught, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This applies to your voice too. Decide that your words will be precise, intentional, and guided by reason, not impulse. Practice is essential. Take a few moments each day to read aloud, focusing on even, steady packing. Notice how your body responds when you speak slowly and deliberately. Your chest opens, your breath deepens, your posture naturally aligns. Your presence becomes anchored. Another exercise is to rehearse difficult conversations mentally. Visualize yourself speaking clearly, without anger or rush, allowing your voice to carry calm authority. Imagine the impact on the listener. They lean in, they listen, they feel your conviction. This mental rehearsal rewires your mind for real-life situations. The key is internal stability. You cannot speak with true authority if your mind is scattered, if emotions control your responses, or if you're constantly reacting. Begin by observing your internal state before you speak. Take a breath, center yourself, and ask, am I reacting or responding? Am I calm or agitated? When you answer honestly, you take ownership of the moment. You reclaim power over your words. And when you speak from this place, every sentence carries authority because it is rooted in self-mastery, not external validation. Remember, calm authority does not mean being passive. It means being firm without aggression. It means asserting truth without needing to dominate. Seneca said, "It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable." When you speak from that unconquerable place, your words are sharp, clear, and respected. Others may try to provoke, interrupt, or challenge you, but your calm consistency disarms them. You become dangerous, not with force, but with control, with presence, with unwavering confidence. Start small. In daily interactions, choose one moment to speak deliberately. Notice your tone, your pace, the weight of your words. Resist the urge to rush or over-explain. Each time you do this, you reinforce a habit that grows stronger with repetition. Over time, you'll notice a shift, not only in how others respond to you, but in how you feel about yourself. Speaking with calm authority is not an act, it is a state of being. And the more you inhabit that state, the more natural it becomes, until it flows effortlessly through every word, every conversation, every decision. So make this commitment now. Let your voice reflect your inner mastery. Speak with clarity, speak with conviction, speak with calm. Let others feel your presence without needing to see it. This is the Stoic secret. This is the power that makes you dangerous without violence, because the true force is not in your fists, but in your mind, your composure, and the quiet authority that radiates from within. Number 3, detach from outcomes, making you unpredictable and unshakable. Detach from outcomes, making you unpredictable and unshakable. Say that to yourself slowly and let it resonate. This is not just a clever phrase, it's a mindset that transforms the way you move through the world. Think about it. Most people live tethered to the results of their actions. They measure their worth, their peace, their happiness by what happens outside themselves. And that's where they become vulnerable, easily shaken, and painfully predictable. Said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Let that truth sink in. When you detach from outcomes, the world stops controlling you. You become like water, flowing where necessary, yet never spilling beyond your vessel. Start noticing where you cling. Maybe it's a goal, a recognition, a relationship, a financial target. Every attachment to an outcome is a knot in your mind, a place where anxiety, frustration, and disappointment can take root. But here's the secret. The outcome itself is not within your control. Only your actions, your intentions, your effort are. Epictetus said, men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them. By shifting focus from the result to your own agency, you reclaim your power. You act decisively, fully, without the fear of judgment, rejection, or failure dictating your behavior. Practical exercises make this real. Begin each day by reminding yourself that you can control your effort but not the reaction of the world. Before you engage in any task, repeat silently, I will do my part and let the rest be. Notice how your tension changes. When you act from this perspective, your energy becomes sharp, precise, unclouded by worry. Another technique is reflection at the end of the day. Observe moments where you felt anxious, frustrated, or overinvested in an outcome. Ask yourself, was the distress caused by my actions or by my attachment to the result? This simple acknowledgement rewires your perception, slowly breaking the habit of outcome dependence. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It doesn't mean passivity. On the contrary, it means engaging fully, acting with clarity, but without being held hostage by what happens afterward. You become unpredictable because your actions are not dictated by fear or desire. They're dictated by reason and principle. This is dangerous in the most potent way. Others cannot manipulate you with threats, promises, or pressure because your mind operates from a place beyond their control. You remain steady, unshakable, and strategically free. Visualization reinforces this power. Imagine yourself stepping into situations where stakes are high, where tension crackles in the air, where outcomes are uncertain. See yourself acting with calm precision, unhurried, unflustered, completely present. You make decisions with clarity because your focus is on what you can influence, your choices, not on what you cannot. Feel the freedom of this detachment. Feel how it energizes you, how it sharpens your presence. When you operate from this place, people notice. They sense your inner steadiness. They cannot predict or pressure you because you belong only to yourself. Start small if it feels daunting. Choose one daily activity, something simple yet meaningful, and practice detachment. Focus entirely on the effort, the process, the quality of what you do. Release concern for praise, recognition, or outcome. Observe your reactions, notice the calm that grows, and carry it into the next moment. Over time, this becomes a habit, a natural posture. You are no longer pushed or pulled by circumstances. You act with purpose, guided by reason and principle, not by fear of failure or desire for reward. Embrace this fully. Let detachment from outcomes be your shield and your sword. It makes you unpredictable because no one can anticipate your response. It makes you unshakable because no result can rattle your inner fortress. You step into the world with clarity, presence, and power, and in that quiet mastery, you become dangerous without violence, irresistible without force, and utterly free. Number 4, observe others' weaknesses without judgment, using insight as power. Observe others' weaknesses without judgment, using insight as power. Take a moment and really let that settle in. This isn't about superiority. It's not about delighting in someone else's flaws. It's about seeing clearly without the cloud of emotion, without letting ego or irritation twist your perception. Seneca reminds us, the wise man is not disturbed by what happens, but he understands it. When you watch, truly watch, the behaviors, tendencies, and limitations of others, you gather knowledge, a quiet, strategic knowledge that becomes your strength. You see patterns, you notice triggers, and you understand dynamics without reacting impulsively. That understanding alone gives you an advantage far beyond brute force. The power comes not from exploiting, but from insight. When you observe, do so with curiosity, not condemnation. Every human has weaknesses. Everyone has blind spots. Your role is to notice them, to understand the motives, pressures, and fears behind them. When you see them clearly, without judgment, your mind becomes a calm arena of clarity while the world rages around you. Wrote, whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question. What fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? This reflection trains you to see with clarity and compassion, even while remaining strategically aware. You can practice this daily. In conversations or encounters, try mentally noting patterns. What triggers defensiveness? What invites compliance? What signals fear, insecurity, or pride? Don't label it as good or bad. Simply observe. Let your mind catalog these tendencies like data points. Over time, you begin to anticipate, respond, and interact from a place of calm authority. You are no longer tossed about by the whims of others. You act from reason, from preparation, from foresight. Insight becomes a shield. Insight becomes influence. Another practical exercise is reflection. After interactions, think back on what you noticed. How did people respond under pressure? Where did emotions cloud judgment? Where were blind spots apparent? Journal these observations. This habit builds a mental map of human behavior. You'll find patterns emerging, subtle cues that others miss. You're developing the skill of quiet dominance, the kind that doesn't intimidate with violence but commands attention through awareness and composure. Epictetus said, "It's impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Keep that in mind. Observing without judgment means letting go of assumptions, letting go of the need to be right or superior. Your strength lies in seeing truth as it is. It's crucial to remember that this power is internal first. You are training your mind to remain steady, even when chaos erupts around you. When you act from insight rather than reaction, you appear unshakable. People may test you, provoke you, or challenge you, but your calm observation is a silent warning. You are aware, you understand, and you cannot be manipulated easily. This is a form of control far more potent than aggression. You become dangerous not because you strike, but because you anticipate, respond, and act from unshakable clarity. Start small. In your next interaction, make it a conscious goal to observe silently, without judgment, without commentary in your mind. Notice tendencies, subtle signs, inconsistencies. Record them mentally. Reflect afterward. Each time you do this, your mind sharpens. You cultivate patience, strategic calm, and a level of insight that makes you formidable. So adopt this practice relentlessly. See clearly without judgment. Let every observation be a lesson. Your power grows quietly, invisibly within your mind. And in that quiet mastery, you will find that the world around you moves differently, subtly bending to the awareness and composure you have cultivated. True Stoic power is not loud, not violent. It is steady, perceptive, and absolute in its command of understanding. Number 5, build unbreakable inner resilience that intimidates silently. Build unbreakable inner resilience that intimidates silently. Say it to yourself and feel it echo inside your chest. There's a quiet power in someone who is unshakable. The world can throw chaos, insults, or threats at you, and you remain unmoved. That is the true Stoic edge. Said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. When you cultivate a mind that cannot be rattled, people sense it. They feel the weight of someone who is self-contained, composed, and unwavering. This is danger without violence, influence without force. It's a presence that commands respect simply because it is grounded in resilience. Resilience isn't something you are born with, it's forged daily in the quiet choices you make. Start by noticing how you react to discomfort. When irritation, fear, or frustration arises, don't push it away. Sit with it, observe it, label it. Say, this is anxiety, this is anger, this is impatience. They are not me. I am the master of my response. Epictetus reminded us, men are disturbed not by things but by the views which they take of them. Your perspective is the battlefield. Master it, and nothing outside your mind can defeat you. Practical exercises make this real. Every morning, take a few moments to mentally rehearse challenges that could arise during your day. Visualize them fully, the pressure, the provocation, the temptation to react impulsively. Then imagine yourself responding with complete calm, choosing integrity over impulse, steadiness over chaos. Feel it in your body, the unshakable poise. This is not fantasy, it is training. Your mind learns what strength feels like. Repetition builds a reflexive calm that others notice, even if you don't speak a word. Another way to strengthen resilience is through small, deliberate discomfort. Seek moments that stretch your patience, test your temper, or challenge your comfort zone. Let discomfort be a teacher, not an enemy. Notice your response and then adjust. Seneca said, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Each time you endure, each time you face what others avoid, your mind grows more robust. The key is consistency. Small daily exercises compound over time into unbreakable fortitude. Resilience also requires detachment from outcomes. Stop letting success, approval, or fear dictate your emotional state. Anchor yourself in principles and rationality, not in fleeting circumstances. When you encounter provocation, you do not flinch. When you are challenged, you do not crumble. The silent strength comes from knowing that no external force can touch your inner core. Your power is inherent, not granted. It is yours because you built it, nurtured it, and refused to surrender it. Finally, embody calmness in action and presence. Speak slowly. Move deliberately. Let your energy radiate steadiness. People sense it. They notice when someone is unflappable, not through words or displays, but through aura, through the quiet confidence that suggests, I am untouchable. This is real power, dangerous power. It does not require violence, confrontation, or coercion. It intimidates silently because it is rooted in something far deeper than circumstance, something unshakable. Your mind, your principles, your inner resilience. So start now. Every time you pause, reflect, and respond from your calm center, you reinforce the foundation. Every moment you endure discomfort and refuse to let it control you, you grow stronger. Every choice to remain composed under pressure, you build a presence that commands respect without a word. This is the Stoic secret. This is the silent, unbreakable power that makes you dangerous, not in body but in mind. Own it. Cultivate it. Let it grow until it radiates through every interaction, every decision, every moment of your life. So now you know the Stoic secret that makes you dangerous without ever raising a hand. Remember, true power isn't about force. It's about mastery over yourself, your emotions, and your reactions. Every time you pause before responding, every time you stay calm while others lose control, you're sharpening a kind of strength that cannot be broken or taken away. If you take just one thing from this video, let it be this: real influence comes from inner discipline. The world might not see it, but those who do will feel it, and it changes everything. If you found this insight valuable, imagine what adopting more Stoic practices could do for your life. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we're just getting started on building a mindset that turns obstacles into power. And here's the most important part: don't just watch, apply. Start small, start today, and notice how your calm presence begins to shift the dynamics around you. Stay dangerous without violence. Until next time, keep mastering yourself.